Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In this week's edition, we'll recap all 10 races from Saturday, the 22nd of October. The day's feature saw 8 Grade 1 entries compete over 1400 meters in the 48th edition of the Gold Cup. Let's begin our highlights package with Race 1. This was a 3-year-old and up optional claiming event named in honor of the 1972 Gold Cup winner, Monty Stitch.
"1100 meters, they're off. Reggae Gone Grammy steps off slow with Avery and Diane. Dallas is pumped to go for that lead. Storm Valley in close proximity, just a length down. Breaking Storm right alongside Storm Valley as they charge toward the half mile. Stormy Lady is a length and a half back just in front of Kunama occupying the rail. Avery and Diane races next, and a Reggae Gone Grammy not yet catching the beat at the back of the field as they go charging past the 7/16. They make their way toward the 3. There's a war up front. Breaking Storm on the outside. Storm Valley in the orange occupies the rail, and these two are noses apart as they arrive at the 5/16. Stormy Lady is some 3.5 lengths back and shaken up for run as they come into the lane. A Breaking Storm on the outside. Storm Valley near the rail, now asked to kick and now slips away from Breaking Storm under a drive. Here is a Stormy Lady now racing down against the rail, so it's the 3 Storms as they charge toward the furlong pole. It is a Storm Valley and the apprentice Nicholas Hibbert who control a 2.5 length advantage. Stormy Lady now beginning to eat into it, but they're inside the final 16th, and it is Storm Valley under a power drive. Here is Stormy Lady kicking in on the rail, but Storm Valley has done enough and will win by 3 parts of a length over Stormy Lady, then Kunama and a Breaking Storm.
Victory to Storm Valley, ridden by apprentice Nicholas Hibbert for trainer Delroy Wisdom. Second went to Stormy Lady, followed by Kunama and Breaking Storm. The day's second event was a maiden special weight contest restricted to native-bred 2-year-olds. Robert Hadball Halladine, fresh from his riding stint in North America, was aboard the 4-5 favourite Wizkid.
And early pick 4, they're off and racing. Roaring Thunder left at the back of the field early. Blasting to the lead, that's Duracell. Duracell just about a length in front of Wizkid racing in second. Crucial Alexia passing the 5 in third. Here comes She's My Hedge Fund hustling up in third. Crucial Alexia backs out in fourth. Then comes Life is Life, Modern Miracle, and racing at the back of the field as they pass the 4. That is Roaring Thunder. Heading toward the 3 and making the running. Duracell just about a length in front of Wizkid passing the 3. These are the 2. They're about 5 lengths in front of Crucial Alexia. She's My Hedge Fund right against the rail in fourth. Coming on, that's Life is Life. Left out of it, that's Modern Miracle, and racing at the back of the field, Roaring Thunder. They're at the top of the lane, and it is Duracell attacked on the inside by Wizkid, but turning back the challenge, this Duracell kicking once again about 3 lengths in front. Wizkid hustled up by Halladine, not finding anything at the moment, passing the furlong pole, and it is Duracell running away. The proverbial Energizer Bunny Duracell coming away from these. Duracell by about 8 lengths in front of Wizkid is second. Modern Miracle runs on to be third. Life is fourth.
Duracell, fully charged and under Panamanian rider Dick Cardenas, took the day's second event. Conditioned by trainer Patrick Fung, Duracell covered 1200 meters in 1 minute, 15 3/5 of a second. Race 3 was named in honor of the 1996 Gold Cup winner, Mr. Sensational. 7 faced the starter going 1820 meters.
They're off. Fair start, Zion and Fake just a shade slowly out. Heavenly Glitter comes out running with Longilala on the rail. In between horses, that's a Kai Alexis showing good early speed. Right in Flight kept to the outside, taking the widest route. To Cat with the Glory makes some gains by occupying the rail run. Zion toward the back, and last of all, it's Fake. Kai Alexis in the red silks heads the field, leading up by just over a length. Longilala with long strides, racing back in second as they go slipping past the 7. 3 lengths back to Right in Flight, Heavenly Glitter and To Cat with the Glory race ahead of Zion as they run toward the final 6 furlongs, and at the back of the field remains Fake. Kai Alexis stretching the lead on the Paul Francis as they run toward the 5, opening up some 4.5 to 5 lengths. Longilala easing in second. A break of some 5 lengths opens up to Right in Flight, not yet ready to fly. Zion racing on the outside, Heavenly Glitter and Fake run as a team, with Fake now beginning to overtake, and To Cat Be the Glory relegated to last. They're approaching the final half of a mile, about to enter the turn for home. Can they catch this? Akai Alexis attempting to go all the way. One speed at the moment, some 4 to 5 lengths, slipping away from Longilala at the 7/16th. A break of some 2.5 lengths to Zion in the purple and white. Fake is racing on the outside, Right in Flight beginning to make mild progress as they leave the 3. A huge gap to Heavenly Glitter looking out of it, and To Cat With the Glory going nowhere under the pump as they make their way to the top of the lane. Kai Alexis continues to lead up. The rider having a peep in his mirrors. He can't see any dangers, and he continues to use hands alone on the run, passing the 3/16th. It is a Kai Alexis, a quick change of hold, and now a tap or two of the right-hand stick to keep Kai Alexis going. She races past the final furlong and heads for home. Longilala is running on the spot along with the rest. Fake moving down for a challenging spot for a minor share. Zion right on the inside, and over against the rail, it's a Right in Flight, but it's Kai Alexis in complete control, winning by maybe 10 or more over Longilala. It's tight, a head bob between a Fake and Zion. Right in Flight is next.
Sent off with the most favourable odds of 4 to 5, Kai Alexis blitzed the third race of the day. Partnered by veteran Paul Francis for Ryan Derby, Kai Alexis completed the trip in 2 minutes and 3/5 of a second. Last Lick was a 1 to 5 favourite for race 4. Chalric Budai was asked to partner the 5-year-old bay horse for trainer Gordon Lewis.
5 furlong straight, they're off right away. Breaking in the middle, that's Last Lick, Hunter Ridge, over toward the far side. Closest to us and tacking across in the middle, that's Sensational Satin. So these are the prominent one. Then comes Valiant. Also on the near side, that is Run Jaya Run. So it's Last Lick and Sensational Satin right in the middle of the track as they come towards the 2 furlong point. Last Lick just the leader. Sensational Satin pressing home a challenge. This is where the race lies. The rest are way out of it. It's Last Lick right in the middle. Sensational Satin right under the fence. Running in third, that's Run Jaya Run. But this Last Lick is not for catching. Last Lick begins to go away from them, and this looked like another devastating performance. Last Lick going away from the field. Sensational Satin chasing in vain, but still chasing. Last Lick on another demolition job as the last time. Last Lick eased in the end. This looks like double digits. Last Lick in front. Sensational Satin is second. Got tight for third. Could be Run Jaya Run just ahead of Audibility.
An impressive 14-length victory to Last Lick in the day's 4th race. The top 4 was completed by Sensational Satin, Run Jaya Run, and the Importi Audibility. Horse number 3, Silver Soul, was a late non-runner for the 5th event. 6-time champion rider Omar Walker was aboard the 3 to 5 favourite Sparkling Tradition.
They're ready. They're off. And Shensia, hung up in the gates, comes out way behind horses, reluctant to race, as they make their way down the backstretch on the run to the 6. Sparkling Tradition and Galway Bay match strides, with Galway Bay just taking a slim advantage as they run past the 6. Sparkling Tradition there, joined by Military Shot, Tiger Bella right on their tails as they make their way toward the 5. Magic Bullet begins to make mile gains, a gap of some 5 or 6 lengths to Reminiscent Bowler, and the awful beginning from Chensia has Chensia at the back. They make their way on the far side. They're about to arrive at the half mile and go spinning into the turn, and Sparkling Tradition asks for more, now gives it. Military Shot, the closest pursuer, a length in the nose, tickling tail down. Galway Bay is some 3 lengths back. Magic Bullet up, shaken up now for more run. Tiger Bella just in behind them. A huge gap opens to the pair. Hopeless, both of them, Reminiscent Bowler and Chensia. They're about to arrive at the 5/16th, and Sparkling Tradition and Omar Walker, the 6-time champ, will turn for home with a clear advantage. Military Shot continuing to try to run the leader down. So too Magic Bullet over against the rail, but Sparkling Tradition maintains a lead inside the final 3/16th. Magic Bullet beginning to get a bit closer. Military Shot continues to hold on for a minor share, but it's Sparkling Tradition now beginning to tie up just a little bit. Magic Bullet now trying to reel the leader in. win. Sparkling Tradition. Magic Bullet produced now by Christopher Mamdine, and Magic Bullet looks to be going better of the two and does. Magic Bullet comes away for a length advantage over Sparkling Tradition. Military Shot, then Tiger Bella.
Fired up in deep stretch, Magic Bullet was able to find another gear and get by Sparkling Tradition. Magic Bullet covered 1400 meters in 1 minute 34 and 3/5 of a second. It's now time for a break on the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. On the other side of this break, we'll recap the remaining races on the card from Saturday, October 22. This included today's feature, the 48th edition of the Gold Cup, which included Gary Subrati's crack filly Atomica and Ian Prasad's consistent 5-year-old gelding Mahogany. Welcome back to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In the second half of our show, we'll recap races 6 to 10. This included today's main event, the Gold Cup. The field of 8 included this year's Derby winner, Atomica, who was up against Ian Prasad's impressive duo of Mahogany and Jordan Reigns, as well as Dale Murphy's improving Importi Runaway Algo. However, let's continue our highlights package with race 6. This was a maiden condition race for native-bred 3-year-olds. Ahmed Ali, ridden by Shane Canterman Ellis, was an even money favourite.
They're off and racing. Assurity misses it along with Sergeant Charge. Stormacom blasting to an early lead as they head towards the 5. Friend of the family keeping that one company. Right against the rear, that's Ahmed Ali. Joe comes next as they pass the 5. Then comes Mickey C. Recovering that is a Sarge in Charge. Then comes a God of Thunder, Give Me the Light, and racing at the back of Shorty. Passing the 4, and it is on the outside. Stormacom, just the leader, and now Stormacom kicks on from Friend of the Family, circling horses and looking purposeful. That's Joe. It's still in front. Stormacom, Joe is right there, and Joe now begins to press home and attack. Ahmed Ali watches them from third right against the rail, racing in fourth. That is Friend of the Family. They're at the top of the lane, and now Joe attacks on the outside, right in the middle. That is Stormacom right against the rail. That's Ahmed Ali. These three glued together coming to the furlong and a half pole. It's Joe, just the leader from Ahmed Ali coming to on the inside. Stormacom switched toward the outside and left back in third. It's Joe still in front of Ahmed Ali. Coming once again, that's Stormacom. It's Joe in front, and Joe begins to pull away. And Joe has this one all in the bag. Joe sprinting off from Ahmed Ali in second, running for third. That is a Stormacom. Then comes a Surety and Give Me the Light.
Linton Stedman starred aboard Joe for trainer Michael Marlowe. Joe clocked 1 minute 17 seconds flat, covering 1200 meters. The even money favourite Ahmed Ali came home second, followed by Storm Acom, Assurity, and Give Me the Light. Race 7 was named in honour of Pochin, the 2014 Gold Cup winner. Returning odds of 7 to 5, Sonny T and Chippy was sent off as the favourite.
Field in line for the 7th, 1820 meters, 9 furlongs, 25 yards thereof, almost a perfect start. Fly Messenger Fly came out at the back with Don Vincenzo, but not too far away. As Secret Emperor vies for that lead, 31 Kisses racing near the rail. In behind them, Lion of Icati, Sonny T and Chippy racing out wide with Fly Messenger Fly. Lion of Icati has been pulled back. Right alongside Don Vincenzo and Fife Spendleys, they form a line of 3. Secret Emperor will set the fractions as they leave the 7 and head to the backstretch. Fly Messenger Fly has improved into second. 31 Kisses races near the rail as they head toward the 6. So Secret Emperor continues to run up front. Fly Messenger Fly on the outside. Sandwich in between runners, that's Sonny T and Chippy edging closer. 31 Kisses racing on the rail, just about 2.5 to 3 lengths covers the front 4 runners. Don Vincenzo is getting closer. Fife Spendleys on the outside, and Lion of Icati races on the rail. Maybe 5 lengths separates the entire bunch as they run toward the half mile. This could be a good finish in the offing, as Sonny T and Chippy now takes charge and Disaster race away from them. Secret Emperor left 2.5 lengths back, overtaken by a 31 Kisses and Fly Messenger Fly. Lion of Icati races in behind a Secret Emperor. Fife Spendleys racing wide of them, and Don Vincenzo showing not much at the back. They floated past the 3 and run to the 5/16th, and Sunny T and Chippy has taken complete control under a relaxed hand ride. Coming into the top of the lane, it's all Sunny T and Chippy looking good. A quarter of a mile to catch him. The question is, can they do it? Fly Messenger Fly in the center chasing. 31 Kisses bogged down against the rail. Lion of Vicati now put to the stick and asked to reel the leader in, but Sunny T and Chippy continues to respond to the right-hand stick with a furlong to run. Lion of Vicati trying to close a 4-length advantage inside the final 16th. It is Sunny T and Chippy. The wily Dick Cardenas is looking for his second win, and Sunny T and Chippy hands it to him by some 3 lengths. Lion of Vicati is second. Fly Messenger Fly third. 5 Spend Liz is fourth.
Dick Cardenas looked ashore aboard Sunny T and Chippy for trainer Spencer Chung. Covering 1,820 meters, Sunny T and Chippy clocked 1 minute 59 and 3/5 of a second. The day's 8th race was named in honor of the impressive Grey Cadula, who was the winner of the 1990 Gold Cup. This was a 3-year-old and up overnight allowance race, which included 7 entries.
They're off and racing. Capture My Ship gets a good break in the middle, right there too, that Super Duper. Also getting a good break on the far side, that is Will the Conqueror. So Will the Conqueror, Super Duper, Capture My Ship, that's where the action is. Right behind them, that's Alexa's Dream. Over on the near rail, that is Artesia and Sparklet Diamond. They come toward the 2 furlong point, and it is Capture My Ship, just the leader from Super Duper, putting in a spirited challenge. Also there on the far side, that's Will the Conqueror, but Capture My Ship is not messing around. Also coming on, that's Alexa's Dream. Capture My Ship keeping on from Super Duper. Alexa's Dream is really coming forward nicely, and Alexa's Dream now, it's the front from Capture My Ship. Sparkle Diamond is also closing. They're coming to the furlong pole, and it's Alexa's Dream in front, and Alexa's Dream begins to go away from Sparkle Diamond. Alexa's Dream beats Sparkle Diamond. Super Duper looks like Artesia might be fourth, just ahead of Unruly Boss.
Alexa's Dream at 15-1 came home ahead of the field by 1 1/4 lengths. Sparkle Diamond, Super Duper and Artesia completed the top 4. George Davis spoke with Radish Sneaky Fox Roman after the race.
Capture My Ship was traveling very well, looked as if it had a lot in hand. How was your horse carrying you after the first 2.5 furlongs?
Well, he was going pretty quickly, but coming to the class for the first time, so I just listened to what the trainer said and ride him towards the trainer instruction, and it worked out successfully.
But when you were looking at the program and you saw the caliber horses there, well, what you knew was that you had a fit horse. Some of these horses are lame. Were you quietly confident that you could get the job done today?
Yes, well, I never had too worried, because when I read the race book, I see that the favorites, which is Jesse DeCastas and Dawkins, was only beating me like 5 lengths and 8 lengths off them, and he was selling competitive against them.
But when you came out and you saw 15-1 on the board, you thought, well, the public not quite sure if they should stick or twist.
Well, it's up to them, but I know ask no further ask and ask no know him odds, so I just come out here to deliver.
Race 9 was the Kilowatt Cup. Horse number 2, Real Boss, was a late non-starter. Sent off as the 1-9 favorite was this year's Derby runner-up, Brinks.
They're off and racing. The head cornerstone steps a beat slow and races at the backs. Brinks, in the meantime, assumes that lead along with Take a Punt. Also they're creeping up. That is the head cornerstone. Silent Mission shuffled back into fourth. Then comes El Cid and Pellicula racing as a team. They head toward the 5 furlong point, and it's a 3-horse war as they leave the 5. The head cornerstone on the rail. Right in between horses that Take a Punt. Out wide, that's Brinks. They are 2 lengths in front of Silent Mission racing in fourth. Then comes behind Silent Mission, that's Pellicula as they pass the 4. And just at the back of the field, that's El Cid. Brinks now assumes the lead. Goes on by 1.5 lengths from the head cornerstone racing in second. Right there in the third as they pass the 3, that's Take a Punt. Then comes Silent Mission, Pellicula, and still at the back of the field, El Cid. They're coming at the top of the lane in the Kilowatt Cup, and it's Brinks in front and could be in charge. Coming on the outside, that is the head cornerstone, brings space against the rail. The head cornerstone with the vigorous left hand stick, not responding to, but Brinks is beginning to pull away. The head cornerstone trying to fight back there at the furlong pole. Brinks looks to have this one all one. Running on, that is Tekka Punt. Brinks in front, and Brinks begins to stretch the lead in the Kilowatt Cup. Brinks in front, large and in charge at the end by about 6. The head cornerstone is second. Tekka Punt is third. Pellicula could have run on to got fourth over Silent Mission.
Under the handling of leading jockey Dane Dawkins, Brinks was comfortable in victory, clocking 1 minute 26 and 2/5 of a second for trainer Ian Prasad.
Based on how he ran today and what he's done in the Classic campaign, describe the season that Brinks has had.
Oh, I mean, nothing but, I would say a very good season. I mean, second in the Derby, second in the St. Leger. I think he did a very, coming off, he wasn't himself leading up to the Classics, but overall, he did very well.
Yeah, didn't fire in the Guineas, but from that, he didn't put a foot wrong.
Perfect.
Race 10 was the big one, the 48 running of the Gold Cup. Gary Sabrati's Derby winning filly Atomica was a 2-5 favourite, but was expected to face a stiff challenge from Ian Prasad's duo of Mahogany and Jordan Rains, as well as Dale Murphy's Runaway Algo.
And they're off for the Gold Cup. An almost perfect start as they make their way down the back stretch and sort themselves out on the run toward the 6. And She's My Destiny is the pacemaker. She's out in front, just the leader. She's a Wonder is showing speed out wide as they charge down the far side, and She's a Wonder and She's My Destiny, they go at it up front. Atomica settled back in third just off them. Jordan Rains is in touch in fourth. Mahogany moving down on the outside. A break back to Runaway Algo running differently today off the fractions. I Am Fred races up next, and toward the back of the field it's the grey race car as the tempo will increase on the run now, passing the 7:16. She's a Wonder, just the leader. She's My Destiny pressing. Mahogany in a good spot. Atomica waiting right there on the rail. There goes Runaway Algo now beginning to make ground. Atomica has faded back quickly, overtaken by I Am Fred, and at the back of the field it's race car, but they're coming into the lane of the Gold Cup, and Mahogany with the top weight in the middle now grabs that lead. Runaway Algo trying to close the gap. She's My Destiny has cried enough. Jordan Rains has a lot to do from there. It is Mahogany. The left-hand stick now being used profusely as they run past the furlong pole. Mahogany with the lead. He's stretching it a bit. Runaway Algo is trying his best, but this Mahogany is huge. Mahogany and Rayan Lewis will take the Gold Cup in fine style over Runaway Algo. I Am Fred is next over Jordan Rains, and Atomica, a bit disappointing, finishes behind them in fifth. Could have had obstacles, Atomica.
A mature ride from Rayan Lewis saw Mahogany prevailing by 3 lengths in this year's edition of the Gold Cup. Second went to Runaway Algo, followed by I Am Fred, Jordan Rains and Atomica in fifth. George Davis spoke with the winning connections after the race.
Well, I just break him and put him in a good position, and a half mile. I just take time, move him, and on the top of the lane, I ask him for everything.
How well did he go down onto the pace? They went 23 to 46 flat. Was that too far? Did you have to urge him to go down, or did he go down easily?
Well, he was pulling me into it, so I know we have a lot in him.
Based on the race plan, the race instructions, did the race go based on how you planned it?
Well, yes,
And turning for home, you were on the rail, challengers outside. How well did he travel for you over the final quarter?
Well, he gave me everything he could, and I'm thankful for that.
Well, I tell you, this is certainly the most pleasing win. He was handicapped, in my opinion, out of the race. And, I mean, that's just a display of pure heart today. He gave weight all around to horses who had beaten him. As you know, we even lodged an objection.
Yes.
And, but that was turned down. But so I'm so pleased. This is such a fulfilling victory.
To be honest with you, George, Mahogany is just a very special horse. Really and truly, we don't try to do anything different with him. We try to keep him happy, present him for the race day, and then, we give the jockey the job to do. Today, Rayan Lewis, who is riding him, I think for the first or second time in his life, rode him absolutely perfect. I was really concerned about the weight. There's so many very good horses that he's giving lumps of weight around. I didn't think he was going to win this race, but we're still aiming to win the race. When I see him going to the half mile, the position where he was, she's the one that was setting the splits. The real dangers to me with the lightweight were behind him. I knew he was going to use his pace at the 3 furlong and then kick at the top of the lane, that they were going to be in trouble. And it just happened that way. I think how the race ran today suited Mahogany, and it probably didn't suit some of the better horses.
As we recap another thrilling weekend of racing, it was highlighted by Mahogany's impressive win in the Gold Cup. There were also memorable wins for Brinks in the Kilowatt Cup and Alexa's Dream in Race 8, an overnight allowance for thoroughbreds 3 years old and upwards. This has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. I'll see you next time.
And they're off for the Gold Cup. An almost perfect start. But this Mahogany is huge. Mahogany and Rayan Lewis will take the Gold Cup in fine style over Runaway Algo. I Am Fred is next over Jordan Reigns under Tomica. A bit disappointing.